Hopefully you can hear me now. Yes? Hello, beautiful people. Yeah. You can hear me. You can hear me. You can hear me. Hello. It has been a day. You can't hear me. Barely. Let's try that again. Can you hear me now? Why can't you hear me? Hold on 1 second. Settings. Audio. Nope, I can hear me. Okay, can you hear me loud and clear? Yeah? Oh, Miriam, you're just testing to see if I'm paying attention, right? Like, yeah, I get it. I get it. Give me 1 second. I literally just got home. Like, yeah, let me bond with you guys and not present myself with some crusty lips and things. Let me get rid of this music and say hello officially. Beautiful people, hello. Happy Sunday. It is Sunday. Oh my, what's going on here? Yeah, something like that's happening right about now. We are live streaming on YouTube, here on Twitch, The Collective. Hello, beautiful people. I am not 100% right now. I'm saying this now. I'm good to stream. I don't want to hear any lectures from anybody. But I literally just got home. So I went on the road earlier. Thank you, Toonie Sineri. Toonie. So I went on the road earlier to get grocery. Grocery took a little longer than planned. And while I was out there, Miss Cosmic Love saw the signs and knew I wasn't operating at 100%, but I was determined to finish grocery shopping. She took the lead and went in the grocery store, the second stop, third stop, one of those stops. And so I'm sitting in the car. DJ Smiles is playing. Those of you who were there, you know what we were enjoying. And then all of a sudden it started to snow. And it wasn't light snow. It was like zero visibility within seconds. And I'm just like, I have to drive home in this. I was in Markham. I live in Toronto. So those of you within the GTA have a general idea of what my driving experience would have been from top of the city down to the mid-core, so to speak. Yeah, snow squall. Like, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. So I'm going to get ready to say hi officially to everybody who's here. And I thank you for being here. And I'm sorry for being late. We are winding down on the Sundays. If you can do me a favor, Hopeton, 123. I believe I was just talking to you in DJ Smiles' chat, correct? And if I'm not mistaken, you're a fellow 416er and you just celebrated your birthday on Friday. Am I correct? If I am correct, please let me know so we can all wish you a happy birthday here, because that's how we do. It's a family thing. Regardless of where you land, we want to make sure we send you some peace, love, and blessings for your birthday. While you are doing that, I'm going to scroll back up to the top to see what I missed, because I know I'm seeing names and I haven't formally said hello to anybody yet. La 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 da 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 do 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 do. Karen Graham from downtown Canada, welcome in, beautiful soul. DH Lady, hello, my Saggy sis. I hope you had a good time on the weekend. Apple Blossom, hello, beautiful, welcome in. I know I haven't spoken to you all day. I don't think I spoke to you all day. So I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. Let me scroll. My big sis Miriam is here. Yes, yes, yes. And Toonie, yes, you made it. I was trying to catch a lot of smiles while I was driving on the road, but then I had to pay attention to the road. So I missed a lot of the music, but I heard some gems. Yeah, just the vibe you need to get home, but I got home safe and sound. Cars parked. Groceries are still unloading themselves. Thank you, Cosmic Lab, for your assistance. And yeah, so if anybody and everybody in the chat can please add Hopeton123 and wish him a very happy belated birthday and a blessed birthday weekend. I'm happy to have you here jamming with us. I don't know how long I'm going to last in the stream today, but we're going to talk for a minute. We're going to talk. Relaxed mood, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Anybody else that I've missed? I'm good to watch the game too. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let me hydrate. Let me hydrate. So, today, it's funny because I'm literally looking at, yeah, you know, you're my people when I'm just going to do this on camera with all of you. Anybody who's on YouTube or watches the replay, thank you. We appreciate you. This is a family show. So we just do these things and we don't judge each other, right? So, yeah. How was everybody's weekend? We know that the birthday gentleman enjoyed his. How was everybody else's weekend so far? Everybody enjoying? Did you get the weather like we got just now with this crazy dump of snow that then vanished mid process of getting home? It's still cold though. My fingers are still trying to warm up. But yes, how was everybody's weekend? How is everybody doing? We were last here a couple days ago. How are you from then to now? Is everybody reading? Those of you who are not reading, what are you getting up to and into? We have a holiday in North America. So those of you in the UK, which I should be not here and sleeping, but anybody in North America, we have a holiday tomorrow. Do you have plans for the holiday? I'm putting it all out there. Share where you want to share and type some stuff back in the chat while I continue to hydrate and get myself situated. Water's good. Water is good, 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 good. And this light is bright. Let me see if I can. Nope, that doesn't work. Nope, that doesn't work either. Whoops. And I'm back. You know what? I'm going to leave the light alone. Let me turn it down just a little. Oh, I did it again. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave the light alone. I'm going to leave the light alone. This is what happens when you have a dimmer. Like you just, yeah. So who's reading the book? Who is reading the book? Oh, Cosmic Love. Yeah, I know. I know. You're there and you're lurking. Thank you. Hopefully you are cozy on your chair before I come and take it over as soon as I'm done this stream. Who's reading? Is anybody reading? Let me know. I'm going to do some infomercials and then we're going to dive into topic. We will probably try to wrap this up around the 9 o'clock mark just because I want to be mindful that I am not feeling 100% and I don't want to overdo it, but I do want to catch you guys up on some stuff and just connect with everybody before I call it a night. So, who's reading? You're done? Toonie, are you done? Wow, you're making me look bad. I'm not done. So this week I am supposed to be off work, and I say supposed to be because I'm still working through some backlog at work and I didn't wind down properly on Friday to take this entire week off. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be working sporadically, but the goal is to finish the book this week, finish making notes. I've been making notes along the way so we can have some conversations. And then from there, set up the Zoom call. Some of the things I wanted to touch base on, those of you on my Instagram may have seen that I've posted on my Insta story as well as my page, the change of date. So normally I am here on a Sunday at 8 p.m. And it's fun and it's enjoyable, but there's a reality that I start my mornings sometimes 6:30, 7 in the morning on a Monday. And by the time I'm winding down from all the hype of vibing with you, I don't get to bed at a decent time. So I lack sleep and then I start my week groggy. So officially March, I do have the date if I can find my notebook. I believe it's March 7th. This will move from a Sunday to a Thursday at 6 p.m. I just found it was too late in the evening for me to go through my conversation with all of you and then do my regular personal wind down stuff to be ready for the corporate gig the next day. So, let me see. Did I write it down? Yes. So on March the 7th, this will now move to Thursdays at 6 p.m. Sundays will be random pop-ups. I'm not going to guarantee that I will pop up. But if you're following me on Instagram or any of my other socials, mainly Instagram on Tap the Soul, you can stay in the know of when I'm going to do a pop-up and then kind of go from there. These lights are flickering right now. Interesting. Cosmic Lab, if you're still listening, can you let me know if your lights are flickering? Because my lights are flickering over here. I don't know if it's just my lights or if it's the entire establishment. So that's part one. So yeah, so you slack on Friday that I did. Are your lights flickering too? And you're in downtown Canada. That's a little creepy right now. Beyond the snow that I was not expecting and the drastic temperature drop that I did not care for. Yeah, that wasn't it. That was not it. Yeah, I'm going to pin that. I'm going to call myself out. So on Friday, I started my day relatively early in meetings as usual. And then I was just like, you know what? Thank you for saying that, Apple. Let me get my cord right now. Sorry, let me plug in my phone while I'm at it. You know when the world is a little quiet in the office and you feel like, oh, I can actually take a moment and just like get caught up. My take a moment, get caught up resulted in eating lunch and then falling asleep until some ungodly hour of the evening. And I probably would not have woken up until the next day if it wasn't for actually Cosmic Lab waking me up and saying, you should get up now, which didn't help because then I didn't go to sleep until some crazy hour the next morning. Um, so yeah, so over the weekend, didn't do as much as I wanted to do, but I went grocery shopping, one less Uber phone call for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I've been cooking a lot more, which has been a nice thing. And am I seeing Olax here? Olax, hello, beautiful soul. It's so nice. I know I'm behind. I will catch up with you later on. Yeah, please watch the All-Star game. Yeah, I used to be a basketball girl. Lately, I don't seem to be. So you enjoy it for all of us. And I know DH Lady is going to vanish as well because she's diehard. DH, I'll be looking at your Insta story later. So please update me accordingly. Thank you. Um, uh, Those of you who are not already doing so, follow DH Lady on Instagram. She's going to kick me for doing that. But if you are a sports junkie, all sports, there is no exclusion of sports. She is one of the best Instagram channels to watch. Her Insta story is usually lit with music, which is our common conversation. And then obviously she has, you name the sport, she's got commentary for the sports, and it's good commentary and it's good updates and good stats. You will not be disappointed. So she's going to cuss me later. I don't even know if your page is private or not, but too bad. I just did what I did. I really enjoy it. So there's a lot of times I miss basketball games, like entirely. I don't watch the TV. And I'm fine with that because I literally go to her Insta story and I follow everything. And then also, I don't watch football at all. Like I could care less about it, but I am in the know when I go to her channel because I see everything. So yeah, Selected Jinx, welcome in, my little bro. One and only Sammy Joe, welcome in, welcome in. No need to, oh yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna pin this because Jinx, um, yeah, I'm kind of done with the Raptors. You know, I have the swag on my shelf and the jerseys and the stuff that's hanging all over the place. I couldn't tell the last time I've watched a game. The last two games that Patty and I went together, we actually left early, which we've never done in like the 2 decades of watching basketball. I was not impressed. And then with all the trades and everything, I'm just kind of like, I'm done. So let me do some formalities. I already shouted out DH Lady, who does not even stream, but she's got one of the best Instagram channels out there in terms of sports and music. Those of you who are not already doing so, please follow my little brother, Selected Jinx. And while he's here, let me do a couple of promos for you, bro, if you don't mind. So let's do the first one. Let me take this off the screen. So those of you who are not already in the know, I don't know where you've been, but Volume 10 of the Born for Music raid returns this Wednesday. It took a quick hiatus, but it is back. And it is back for good. After this one, Volume 10, Volume 11, and onwards will be on the last Wednesday of every month. So thank you, Apple, for posting that. You can see the lineup right here. It starts with Selected Jinx, who's in the chat, DJ Ibe, DJ Twist, who's been there a couple of times creating trouble, DJ Panel Vibe, DJ Foodie, and DJ Smiles. Now, Twist and Foodie are newcomers to the family, so I'm looking forward to hearing how they educate and show us what they've got in this raid. But I say it all the time, it's open format. Tanika, welcome in. It's open format. Just come and play. Remember why you play. I think I'm going to spare you guys the rant, the morning rant message. Maybe, maybe not. Jinx, I'm supposed to be off. I might turn on just before you, depending, not sure, but 12 o'clock noon, turn on your notifications and let's just get ready to have a good vibe and a good time and enjoy some good music together. And if you can, stick and stay with the entire raid. I put all these DJs together to really just take in a vibe and a community experience. Everybody's got something a little different, but everybody's got a unique vibe and flavor that I'm pretty sure you will all enjoy. So I'm going to scroll back up because I'm pretty sure I've missed some names and some communication. So Born for Music raid is on Wednesday. And Jinx is busy because I'm pretty sure he's got Rum on Monday. He gets a break and then he starts on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, do I have it? I do have it. On Thursday, please be sure to join Selected Jinx and the Sugar Squad raid, the Roots and Reggae raid. You will not be disappointed. All of the DJs, most of them I know actually. There might be one or two I'm not familiar with. Yeah, But either way, come and enjoy and have a good time. And I'm going to say it again. If you can lock in from 7 o'clock in the morning Eastern when you're getting ready for work, if you're working, I won't be. Please be sure to just lock in, turn on your notifications, and just ride the wave of the raid the entire way through. It is Reggae Month. It is Black History Month. You know, Bob's movie just came out. You name it, everything is this month. It's the Love Month, as they want to call it, or the Love Day, and people already done broke up. But either way, come and enjoy. So you have that. The day before that, you have the Born from Music raid. And if you need a breather, I'm sure there's other raids out there that you can go and check out. But then also get ready, pack your items for Sun and Sand, because we are going to head to, let me see if I can find it. I found it on April the 18th. So you got some time to finish working on the abs and tightening up what you want to tighten up. But on Thursday, April the 18th, Reggae on the Rooftop in Tampa, Florida. You see the lineup once again. Selected Jinx and family will be there. Please be sure to check them all out. DJ Smiles, Mighty Mike, Spotlight Sound, Young Spice, I don't know, but those of you know probably know that he's going to deliver quality vibes like all of the other DJs on the cast. And I'm sure there's a lot of things in between there, because I know many of you are talking about, and he's not in the chat, but I'm going to do it anyways. On March 23rd in Pickering, Ontario, Diamond Stone Love celebrates his second annual Legacy Jam. It is at Diamond Lounge in Pickering, and it's you can see the lineup. I'm not even going to bother reading it out there. If you can, make it a date. Don't be late. I went to last year's. I had an absolute fabulous time. So if you're not already doing so, Diamond Stone Love, Diamond Mood Swing, Selecta Jinx, DH Ladies Instagram. Who else am I going to blow up inside here right about now? Let me continue scrolling. I might have missed some other names. Who else? Who else? Who else? Oh, did I just turn down the light? Yeah, you guys are gonna get a joke with me in this light right about now. Tasha BG, my keep it and delete it sister, welcome in and happy Sunday. I think I've covered all of the infomercials for right now for all of the outside gigs and etc. I think I'm good right now. So I'm gonna come back on the screen. There we go. And yeah, I did turn it down. So let me turn it back up. And you guys, as I said, I'm not 100%. The light's going to do what it's going to do. So just ignore me with this light right about now. Cosmic Lab, I'm fine. You don't have to come over. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Today, I wanted to talk about remembering your why. So anybody that I have not said hello to, please let me know and I will shout you out and say hi, how do you do, and all of those other formalities. But I want to take a few minutes to really just talk about what is your why, and how to remember your why, and why to remember your why. And I'm not just talking about Twitch. Those of you who are doing things in Twitch, Bajan in the Cold, welcome in, my 403 family. I believe that's where you are. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I did an interview with Maya Youngster. I don't think she's here today. So I did an interview last week with Maya Youngster. Big Sugar, turn the lights down low. Olax, I miss you. I can't wait to catch up with you later. In the interview with Maya Youngster, one of the things that she had asked was what advice or thoughts I would give to people who are new coming into the scene. And I said to remember your why. And I've posted it a few times on my Instagram. I say it when I'm having conversations. I say it to myself quite a bit, because there's times when life kind of gets in the flex of things and you're just kind of like, so those of you, and I'm hoping this is going to be a two-way conversation today, no pressure. If you were, hold on, let me hydrate. Sorry, if you were to take a moment right now, it could be anything, right? When I say remember your why, it could be anything. It could be the boy, the girl, the job, the car, what you eat, what you don't eat, the lifestyle you're living, the lifestyle you want to live. It could be absolutely anything, because it is applicable, right? But when I say remember your why, or do you remember your why, what are those things that come to mind? Like when you really think about it. And the reason why I'm asking that is because for myself, and I'm pretty sure I'm doing a podcast later, for myself, I find that I need to be reminding myself more in regards to remembering my why, because there's a lot of noise. And some of that noise is just noise within my own brain, Or is this the noise of life, right? You got the to-dos, the routines, the job, the, again, all of those responsibilities. You're trying to focus on what your why is. You're trying to remember what your why is. You're trying to stay on task. And then all of these other things come in the way and clutter up stuff. I was going to say another word, but I'm trying not to swear on a Sunday. But when I say remember your why, what comes to mind for you? For me, I always like to try to remember what exactly is the thing I'm thinking about. And then I like to take a moment, right? But when I'm saying like your why, I'm going to pin Karen's because I caught hers first. So hopefully I didn't miss anybody else's along the way. Um, my why is to become my version of successful and live comfortably. Yeah, yeah. And Karen, do you find, and I'm speaking from my own experience when I say this, but when I'm asking this question, do you find that as much as you are really clear about what you just typed, it just still feels like sometimes it's a struggle? Like there's just some days when it is clear, absolutely clear. It doesn't matter. There's no snow, traffic, weather, nothing that could come in the way of my vision and my goal and what I'm trying to get to. And then there's other days where it feels like it doesn't matter how focused I am, you name the obstacle, it's showing up. Like the most randomest of obstacles pop in and say, haha, I'm here to like totally throw you off. And I've been struggling with some of that lately. And I'm trying to remind myself to go with the flow. But I'm just like, from I did that interview, and there's a few other things that have come up lately in conversation. And I really just have to remember my why, because if I don't remember my why, first of all, this channel probably would not have turned on today, right? Like I'm tired. I literally, as you guys just heard me say, I just drove in some snow squall blizzard to get back home. I did grocery shopping. I'm not feeling 100%, but I know my why is to turn on and show up to spend time with you before I change this date. um, but that one's an easy one for me, right? There's other times when you're just like, it's not as clear. I'm fortunate to be able to discipline myself and persevere through it regardless. Yeah, that key word right there is discipline. Discipline and focus. Sometimes distractions, even good distractions, are still distractions. And I'm trying to get better. And sometimes I think Twitch, as much as I love y'all, Twitch sometimes is just, it's a distraction that's not always the healthiest, because it does take away the focus from staying on task of doing what you're trying to do and what you're trying to get done, right? But pretty sure I'm hearing Cosmic laugh outside my door. But for anybody who is Apple, I want to pin yours. My why: family, health, integrity, and independence. Yeah, yeah. And that's why I said your why could be anything, because a lot of people would automatically, when I had this conversation with somebody else, they automatically assumed that I was referring to the Twitch stuff. I am also referring to the Twitch stuff, but you guys hear me talk about soul wellness all the time and self-care and what I'm really trying to do to just be living a better life. I'm not trying to do perfect, because perfect is boring. That's as far as I'm concerned. But just to live better. If it's one less meal that I'm ordering through Uber, if it's one extra hour that I get to sleep at night, if it's one less email that's sitting in my inbox for me to tackle and do, just those little things that you figure out how to eliminate to make life a lot easier. And there is a beautiful name I have not seen in the minute, so I'm definitely going to post. And I'm going to hydrate at the same time while I read this. My why has always been to continue being an example to my children that they are good men and fathers in this world. That right there, whew, yeah, yeah. I remember seeing a post earlier. Joe Hurdham, I really hope you and your family are keeping well. It is always a pleasure to have you here. I was watching a post earlier as I was scrolling through Instagram, and there was a post somebody within our community had reposted, and it was talking about the fact that mothers don't raise their sons to educate them of what can happen to them. We try to protect them. Now, I have a daughter, but the same applies regardless. Your children are your children regardless of sex, and you need to prepare them for what's out there and not just protect them. But just reading your post is one of those things that sometimes when we're trying to be a good example, if we don't have that why in mind, we could be doing more harm than good for our kids and not even realizing it, right? I absolutely love that. You guys are dropping some nice gems tonight, I have to say. My why is growing beyond what my family thinks of me, Beijing and Nicole, we can talk about that. Yeah, I mean, I've successfully raised a child with 10 fingers, 10 toes, and no jail record. So I think I did good. I don't think people expected that to happen. But success, right? Is life perfect? No. But I'm blessed, and I will continue to say that um, those little things like our family, I'm trying to figure out how to choose my words carefully. There are times our family could be our worst enemy when they shouldn't be, right? Like they really shouldn't be. But a lot of times they put this guilt, dependence, whatever you want to call it, and it kind of burdens us that we have to fight to prove as opposed to just live with love with your family. I see Sammy Joe's why, so I'm going to post that. My why is to let some things go that aren't relevant towards happiness, if that makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. And that's hard as well because you want perfect for everybody, right? It just makes like you want everybody, and I say it all the time, like I always want everybody to win. I'm still learning to grieve some of the people who are no longer in my circle. And it's not grieve that they've passed away. It's just grieve that they're no longer spending their time and their energy with me and me with them. And that void is something that I still feel. Maya Youngsta, I was just talking about you. Those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to follow Maya Youngsta. Maya Youngsta, I literally just got home probably like 20 minutes or so before the stream. So I haven't posted your flyer yet, but I will. We have a little bit of time to post that. Maya Youngsta has an event coming up that will not be on Twitch. It will be exclusive on Zoom to register. I will post that and put it out there so you guys can check it out and see if you're interested. And I want to say once again, thank you very much for the invitation to sit down and have a conversation with you. The interview with you, sometimes I need those moments to remember my own why, and hearing the words and the dialogue in the chat and just playing it back and just thinking of where my mind went throughout that entire session and thereafter. I'm still watching post clips. It helped me remember my why, and it's actually why I named my show what I named it today. And that is, it's like, do you really know what your why is? How do you know it? How do you remember it? And I think it's important that we all remember that. Again, and I talk about the noise, right? So a lot of my whys right now, they're flowing in a good direction, but I still have a lot of noise outside it internally that I feel like I'm battling. And I know some people would say, well, don't battle it, just feel it. And I would normally say that, but I feel like those battles are either fear of failure or fear of success. You guys hear me say that all the time. And it actually slows me down from focusing on my why and staying, to use Karen's word, disciplined, and on track of doing the why, or living the purpose of the why, if that makes sense. So Maya Youngster, welcome in. I'm gonna pin Sammy Joe's. The other day we were talking and the family thing came up and we're talking about generational racism. I am gonna bring that topic up for those of you who were in the chat before. I think I'm gonna do it in March. I'd like to do it while it's fresh in mind. I want to process before I do it because I am going to be unearthing my own childhood traumas, and I want to make sure that I'm comfortable, and I want to make sure that I'm creating a safe space for all of you to be comfortable as well. So that topic will be coming up. Sammy Joe, judgment, I feel needs to be left alone because we don't know what journey a person is going through. That is true. But our family puts expectations, right? I mean, most of us, regardless of what our background is, our parents all wanted us to be doctors and lawyers, or they just totally throw their hands up in the air and said that we're not going to be anything. Or you got the good parent, I'm saying the good parent, who supported you whatever you were trying to do and showed you love and encouraged you on whatever you were trying to do, right? When you have those different variations, and I'm sure there's a blend and a mix all in between all of that, but I know I grew up trying to figure out how to always make sure that I was breaking the expectation that was put on me. First of all, Dr. Donna Dundas, welcome in, welcome in. And then I also wanted to make sure that I was still standing in my own truth, being who I am, living my purpose, all of those other things that you learn as you get older when you're just trying to survive, right? Um, Sorry, I just literally had a conversation. I just remembered a conversation from a couple weeks ago about all of this. When we sit and think about our why, and you could choose whichever one you want to choose. Um, what can you do better to stay on track? Like Karen, if you're comfortable, what do you do that you want to share that helps you stay disciplined? right? Joe Hurdham, you're trying to make sure that you're a good example. Do you have suggestions on how we could do that to make sure that we're good mothers and fathers to our kids, whether they're boys or girls? But how do we support each other and remind each other of those little things that try to make it easier to go through? Because it's never easy. You can have the best child in the world and you're still trying to make sure that you don't want to disappoint them. And I believe I said that in my youngster, and like that's probably my biggest worry and the hardest job I have is being a mom and not disappointing my child. And I'm hoping she's not hearing this right now because she's probably going to have some words for me after. So hopefully she is not in the chat. But that's a big deal to me. That's more of a big deal to me on not disappointing my child than pretty much any other thing you can think of out there. Just because that relationship that you have, the one that I have, is probably one of the most precious relationships. And for me, when I see other people with how they interact with their kids, it reminds me how blessed I am with the relationship that I have with mine. Again, not perfect, but I would definitely go back again and again and again if I knew that that was the relationship that I was going to have. Because I think it's a blessing. And I'm basing that based on the upbringing that I had. I had a good relationship with one parent and not so good with another one. And it's just life, right? We're all going through, I'm going to say, the generational things that happen. And a lot of that kind of sits, right? There are so many whys. Yeah. And even that, Sammy Joe, I'm trying to break it down. So I'm saying soul wellness and I'm putting everything underneath this umbrella. And it's overwhelming. And I did my podcast the other day and I'm just like, I'm putting way too much on myself because I'm remembering my why. I'm trying to fit all of these things in. But I have to get realistic and take some things out and focus, right? So, and that's why it's just like, what do I do to make sure I am remembering my why? I have the post-it notes, I journal, I meditate, I talk to all of you here in this forum, some of you outside of this forum. You read the books, you focus, but again, there's all this other stuff that really just kind of clogs you, right? I just saw a comment, I want to pin it before which part is scary, Toonie? Disappointing kids, right? Disappointing your children? Yeah. Even the younger generation. Like there's so many things that I did when I was younger. Would I do it again? Probably because it was fun. Should I have done it in the first place? Probably not. But I also want to know that I'm at a stage in my life of maturity that I can lead by example. And it's not telling them not to do, but just giving them the opportunity to do what they want to do and guiding them and saying, by the way, you may have the following things that may happen, but then it's still on them to make the choice whether they want to proceed or not. But as long as I know that I've even done that, then I know that I am giving that support as opposed to the judgment, which before would have been, don't you dare do that, because that's what most of us grew up in, right? Speak when you're spoken to, answer when you're called. Don't do this, don't do that. And then you're kind of like, well, obviously, if you're telling me don't, I'm going to break the rule and do because I want to know why you're telling me to don't. But yeah, sorry, let me go back on track. Joe. I remind myself to dress appropriately, refrain from foul language around my children. I got to work on that because I've been horrible. Thanks, Cause, for letting me swear profusely off screen. Have respect toward all, even if they test your limits. Yeah, I really, really like that. I really, really like that. And I think it's fitting. And I know some folks will challenge the dress appropriately, right? Because they're saying they want to be true to who you are. But again, that's your choice, right? If somebody else's choice is to dress a certain way and that's what works for them, the foul language, I will get into rants and I am just like cursing like a sailor. And, somebody, I think my youngster, you seem to have this impression that I'm, clean. No, yeah, no. And I swear, even at work with some of the colleagues, right? And then I catch myself, I'm thinking, when did I turn into that person? So every once in a while, I try to say I'm going to swear less, but I usually break that within minutes. But the respect to all, even when they test your limits, again, that one's a hard one too, right? Because you have some folks that are just evil. And they're just determined. They're in their state of mind where they are, and they just feel like they need to bring everybody else in. J Cap Snaps, beautiful soul, welcome in. It's so nice to see you here. Those of you are not doing so, please give her a follow on Instagram. She always has some pretty raw, but very to the point words that I think are needed for some of us to read to kick us in the pants, and make us think. And I think that's what all of us should be doing when we do our posts and stuff like that. I want to catch Olox's comment, and anybody else that strolled in here, I apologize. I'll get to you in just a second. My why starts with being blessed that I woke up to continue on a journey of becoming a better me. If I happen to stumble during that day, remember you have tomorrow to continue that journey of being a better me on this planet we call Earth, one foot in front of the other. And that is so, 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 so true. I like that one too, because you've heard me say a few times that, a new year starts every day. A new year can start. So you can wake up tomorrow morning and decide, I am no longer going to, or I am absolutely going to. That's your day one of the next 365 days, right? It doesn't matter if you missed your resolutions for, let me take this off because I know it's covering up my face. It doesn't matter if you missed the resolution or the goals or the intentions that you started in January. We're now on February the 18th. Start again tomorrow. I'm trying to beat myself up less when I fall off the wagon, and I sometimes feel like I'm not on track of where I want to be right now. And again, this is timelines I've put on myself. There's nobody pressuring me, but it becomes heavy because you really just want to do it all, and you have to remember that you can't. And then you're looking at all of those outside forces, right? But yeah, the disappointing of kids, yeah, that one's a big one for me. It's a heavy load to carry. Yeah, it is. So, Karen, I asked you earlier. Thank you. I'm going to pin your comment. My discipline started with determination, that turned to habit, and now it's just preference of what I can do versus what I should do, and accountability for the two. Yeah, accountability. We've talked about accountability, kind of. I'm pretty sure that March is going to kick off. I'm going to say round two of everything that we've been talking about for the last couple of months. And I think it's time we go a couple of extra layers in. I love all of our conversations. I think that they were fabulous. We were uncovering, sharing, bonding, and getting into that trusting space. But I think I'm comfortable with rolling up my own sleeves and going a little bit deeper with all of you. So a lot more of those conversations will come up. But Karen, I'm going to pin this again. My discipline started with determination, that turned to habit, and now it's just preference of what I can do versus I should do, and accountability for the two. Yeah, yeah, that's it right there. Those post-its does come in handy. Better than trying to, yeah, I'm telling you. Like, yeah, see? Talk about them all the time. Like, I got stacks upon stacks. Yeah. Those post-its are bae for me. And I have a couple on my monitor and in my journal. I usually have one or two on a mirror, but I haven't been doing that lately, which I'm probably going to go back to. I'm sorry, I'm so late right about now. So Tasha P, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Dr. Donna Dundas, I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. I was talking about the snow that I got hit with coming home from grocery shopping earlier, so hopefully you're home safe and sound. My youngster, my why, leave something for my niece and nephew, also to help others, one person at a time, be encouragement and inspiration. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm smiling because I've been working on my wording lately, and I've been saying it a lot, right? I want to stimulate, I want to inspire, and I want to motivate thought. I want to stimulate your soul. You name it however you want to name it. But yeah, I want to know that, you know, my footprint in social media, I want to know that anybody can look back at it, corporate or otherwise, and they can see and know that what's been put there is a true representation of who I am, what I'm about, and it's inspired somebody to do the same thing, do something different, or just take a leap in whatever their passion is. That is a big deal for me, very big deal. Talking bluntly about my parents, whom I love and have deep loyalty to. Yeah, the parents thing is I don't know, man. JCap, I hope you are having a good weekend. I hope you were out and about, so hopefully you're out there having fun. Cursing is just a use of words. Yeah. So I got in the car earlier. I'm gonna out myself. So I jumped in the car earlier, and I always have road rage moments. And I usually say with peace, love, and blessings, and Cosmic Lav and I will laugh it off and whatever. But today she knew something was off, and I actually don't even know what was off, but I was physically and mentally not feeling okay, but I was determined to go grocery shopping, spend time with my girl, and then come back and stream. And as the drive went on towards Walmart, which is probably the worst place to take myself to with how I was feeling, but what we learn, it just kind of got worse and then worse and then worse. I had to stop and get food. I was sitting in the car. Like she did the heavy lift of everything today. And I really have to say I'm blessed because she could have just sat there and said, all right, we're going to do it another day. And she didn't do that. But it's one of those moments when like you got to prepare yourself for the moments when you really don't feel good. Check yourself and do something about it. But Beja Nicole, when I tell you that you named the possible swear word, every possible word came out. Like she was like, do you need a Snickers? Like I was beyond Snicker journey at that point. And I really don't know why, but yeah, it was just bizarre, absolutely bizarre. As long as I'm able to see, walk, and talk, it's a blessing. Yeah, and if for whatever reason God decides to take something away from there, the fact that I'm still able to wake up, I'm going to say that it's still a blessing. DJ Smooth, those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to follow DJ Smooth 12345678. I'm going to stop doing that soon, Smooth, but just not yet. Really dope DJ, really enjoy his vibe. More to come. We'll leave it as that. But I hope you're having a fantastic evening. If you're streaming later, can you drop it in the chat and let me know? We got a couple more minutes and I'm definitely going to wrap this up. What did I see just now? I saw something just now. Do 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 do. I went to hear music last night. It helped to get outside. Today I walked in a snowstorm to get coffee. Even when hard to get out, it does a body and mind good. And you know what, JCap? Yeah, I think I drove my car for the first time in maybe 2 weeks. Probably 2 weeks, if not more. There's some days my leaving the house is going across the hall to my daughter's place. Like I couldn't tell the last time I actually went out for fresh air unless I'm throwing out the garbage. And that's something that I think many of us, I'm going to say we struggle with for various reasons. I know what my own personal reasons are. I know you have yours and everybody's got theirs. Oh yeah, yeah. Toonie, when I say Snicker moment, I was caseload Snicker moment. You guys know I have diabetes, so that's not even supposed to be a conversation right now. But yeah, I was that kind of, I was just off. Like it was almost like I felt like a whole different person. I didn't even feel like myself, but I was just determined to go against the grain of how I was feeling to still have a good moment in time with my daughter. When I probably really should have just said, Patty, like today ain't it, and turn the car around and we just get grocery another day. But I just didn't want to, I didn't want to let her down because I knew we were looking forward to actually going and getting some groceries so we can cook and do some stuff. But again, I'm hoping she's not in here because if she's in here, I'm going to get a lecture when I see her in a couple of minutes. Joe, I think we tend to forget as parents and role models, it's okay to make mistakes. I let my kids know when I make a mistake, acknowledge it, and improve daily. Yeah, sometimes I feel I make more mistakes than I should. And I know that that's just my own self-judgment, and which is horrible. Yeah, let me hydrate. And thank you, Apple, for keeping me in check. But it is hard. Blessed to have life. Absolutely. Listen, I work at McDonald's. Do I need to say more? I swear daily. Um, you know, um, thank you for the follow, beautiful soul. So nice of you to join us. Um, listen, I work at McDonald's. I could do with some of those fries right now. That's all I'm going to say. You know what, though? Even if it's not McDonald's, it doesn't even like, I'm telling you, like, I'm in the corporate world, hun. There are some days when I'm just like, can I get away with it? Like, can I just take the laptop and just, and then I have to catch myself that I don't look good in orange. I don't have bail money. And I still want to work a little bit longer. So there's that. My Stita. Those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to follow my Stita, who is officially a Twitch partner. If you're not already doing so, please be sure to check him out. My Stita, I hope you're having a fantastic evening. Please tell Wifey I say hello. And once again, congratulations on being a Twitch partner. I look forward to talking to you more soon. I'm still catching up to comments. You're not streaming today. DJ Smooth, shame on you. I'm kidding. kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, Walmart is hard, and I usually like Walmart um, because there's always something. There's some unbelievable something, whether it's in the parking lot, in the aisle, at the cash out. You're guaranteed for an experience, right? But yeah, today was just not it. I really should not have left my house today. I probably shouldn't be streaming either, so we are going to wrap this up soon. But yeah, I'm doing okay. Yeah. Those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to follow DJ Smiles. His alter ego is visiting us this evening. I appreciate the stream, and I'm sorry I couldn't catch all of it. I was battling snow, if you read my message earlier. Yeah, I think, let me pin this. Yeah, I think a lot of us feel that way about making more mistakes than we should. Yeah. And then I get to a point, I'm just like, but was it really a mistake or just a learning lesson that you had to learn? Like, I try to get to that point, and that helps me turn it down or dial it down a notch on beating myself up on it being a mistake versus it's something I had to go through to learn whatever I was supposed to learn, good or bad. And then it's in my toolbox and then I go from there. Um, Relaxed mood. Is that you asking me if I need food? I will need more food. I had to like literally, yeah, like yeah, she pretty like Patty pretty much sent me to go get food and go sit in the car. Like yeah, she put me in my place. Yeah. Would you post my bail? Yeah. Yeah, okay. See, now you're going to encourage me to do something bad because I know you're going to bail me out. Just let me know what the limit is so I can stay within the misdemeanor offense, okay? Toonie, please. Um, I'm just going to scroll. Yeah, that Walmart experience. Yeah. This guy. See, this is the yeah. Um, no, I'm no longer a Walmart greeter. I've definitely retired that title. I will never hold a sword or a badge that says I have that title and that responsibility. I just don't fit the bill anymore. That's pretty much how that looks and how that goes. Um, Chief Chippewa, welcome in, hun. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I don't go to Walmart after 10. Hun, here in Toronto, it could be 10 a.m. It doesn't even make a difference. It could be 7 a.m. I've gone early mornings and I've seen some things. I'm just like, I just need to go back to bed and forget that I was trying to beat the crowd. Yeah, it is always an experience. Always, always, always. Glad to hear you knew you were your feelings, you were feeling things. Good thing CP24 wasn't around to witness yet. No, it wasn't. But they would have witnessed me getting an ass whipping from my child. Definitely, definitely. So I know we're talking about remembering your why, and you know, as the Sammy Joe said, there are so many whys, right? It's just really breaking it down and then staying focused. Karen Graham speaking about being disciplined. I really like what you stated earlier, and that is something I think is a learning process for every single why and every single occurrence that we go through, right? But I know for me, when I think about my whys, I'm going to say specific to Twitch. Um, Honestly, some days it's hard, right? You turn on, you don't know who's going to show up. I tell you guys all the time, I appreciate you folks for being here. It's a blessing and a joy to know that we can come together in a safe space and we can talk. But you always want to make sure that when people leave and turn off the stream and go to the next thing, or next place or spend time with their family, I want to know that I've stimulated thought. I want to know that I've inspired you to do something or to stop something. I want to know that I've motivated you to do something or to not do something. That is a part of why I do what I do for myself, but as well as for others. And I get the messages where people thank me for what I have done because it's helped them do what they do. And I think that sometimes can feel like pressure because although they're not your children, you still want to make sure that you're not disappointing the people around you, because you want to make sure that you can continue to encourage, inspire, motivate, and stimulate in a way that is authentic to who you are, as well as helping to nurture them to do whatever they want to do and be successful at it, right? JCap, I'm making sure I pin this one. My why, my children will always be number one. My passion to show people love and support is number two. Many more. Yeah. You know, I always say, you know, people ask me and it comes up in interviews and stuff like that, the thing behind my name, right? And I'm gonna try something new. I just saw your comment, Olax. um, I always say that I want to make sure that everything I do is I'm doing it from a place within my soul. I am not a saint. So there is a very dark, bad side of my soul, and I do a lot of good things in that bad part, but I want to do really, really amazing things from the good part. At the end of the day, I want to know I'm operating from a space of love. I want to know I'm operating from a space of love. And I want to know that I'm operating from a space of what I've been saying lately, light, right? And I say that because I think a lot of us can be stuck in darkness and we just cascade it onto everybody because you're in it, so everybody else has to be in it. And I'm trying to change that. And I say that in the streams as well, right? As we're Saint Tap the Soul. Nah. I got a pitchfork that's around the corner hiding from you guys right now. And the tail is tucked away because I didn't want you guys to see it today on stream. I just think it's important that we there's something else I was going to say, but it's a Sunday, so I'm going to behave myself. Let me scroll back up. Let me scroll wherever I was going to go with that conversation. I'm going to stop there and let me go to Olax's comment. To try something new, now I'm going to pop the champagne. My Sita, you're laughing because I'm pretty sure, like, yeah. There's sometimes some thoughts will come to my mind. I'm just like, I can't say that in the stream. Like, I just don't do it. Don't be that person. But I want to make sure that when I'm speaking here, you guys know. I think you guys know already. This is so not an act. It is unscripted. But I want to know that when we're talking, let me go back to it a little bit. Sometimes what we talk about here is not pleasant. And I say it's not pleasant because there's things that I've said, like even the other day when we're talking about the generational racism, having racism within your own family when you grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood and you're trying to find your blackness and you're trying to fit in. Talking about that the other day when we were talking about it, I left a message for Apple after because I'm just like, it hit hard. I'm remembering all of the different things that I went through growing up. And that's why I said, like, when I do that stream, I want to make sure that I am being mindful that I'm about to take myself through a journey that I'm not even sure I'm ready for, but I want to make sure when I do so, I am ready for it. But it's the same for all of you. I don't want to know that at the end of the stream, we've left each other and we're in a worse state than what we were in when we came into it, right? Like, I want to know that we can all feel like we've left the conversation and there's a little bit of lightness within us. You're still going through the journey, you're still going through the process and the healing and the whatever you have to go through. But I don't want you to feel heavier when you leave the stream. I want you to feel lighter. Like, there has to be that flip side to it. Otherwise, I'm just encouraging you to sit in whatever darkness of any, horrible topic or dark topic that we get into. And I think that's unfair to all of us, and especially me, because that is definitely not what I want to be here doing, right? I want to pin this. Yeah, trying to find the light. Yeah. And it's easy, right? Sometimes it's easy depending on the thing, and other times it's hard. And it's I'm going to keep using Karen's word because I say it all the time and I don't get into it as much, and that's the discipline, the focus on the discipline. That was supposed to be a topic last year and I put it off, but as I'm going to kick off Wednesdays and Thursdays now back to back, definitely looking to bring back some of those topics and just roll up my sleeves and go a couple of levels deeper, and hopefully all of you will be encouraged to do the same with me. And if you don't, or you don't feel comfortable, you can still know that you're here and we're here to support you in any way, shape, or form that we can, right? We don't have to have it all sorted out and solved, but we can still figure out how to do it together. Joe Hurdham, we are all human. We have wants. I have lots. And needs. Yeah, I got that. And vices, as you stated, it all comes down to discipline and applying it. Yeah, and sometimes I can talk myself in or out of that discipline depending on the topic. So there's also that. The other twin talks to me sometime. Yeah, I got a few. I have a conversation with, like, I'm sure there's one or two sitting on the couch right now saying, say it, say the thing, don't hold back. And I'm just like, no, I'm not going to do that. Not to these people. These are kind people. They don't need that version of Tap the Soul. I'm always working on myself, good or bad. There's always room for improvements. And that's what we're all here for, right? That's definitely what we're all here for. I'm going to open up and see if I can find where are we going to potentially go right about now as I get ready to wrap this up. I know where we're gonna go. Apple, can you confirm if you have Mish Mish 8 in your following? As I wrap this up, I'd like to go there. I believe it's a celebrating of Queen's Raid, and I would love to give my support. She's also been here in the past and in conversation. So yeah, if I can do that. So, okay, as I'm getting ready, you do perfect. So, as I'm getting ready to wrap up, I know folks are going to be wanting to head out and do what they need to do for the rest of the night. I just do me. Who gets offended does not love me the way I am. Yeah, yeah. So I've said that for many, many years, for decades actually. And as much as I said it, I knew behind the scenes for myself that I wasn't being 100% honest with myself about that because I was still trying to figure out, you're going to your bed. I'm going to go check on my health and make sure I'm doing okay. And then I'm probably going to sit on that couch with the book and just enjoy for the rest of the night. But Beijing in the Cold, I like what you typed here because it's reminding me on the various versions of me before I got to the me that I am now. And I always had a barrier. When I talk to Olox, I talk about my bubble, right? So I will have that attitude, but behind, behind my smile, the whole purpose of everything I'm talking about right now, I will be literally in tears on why didn't this person like me? Why wasn't I accepted here? And a lot of that ties back to, again, the racism within my own family, the comparing of kids and siblings that I grew up with. Like all of those things weigh on you. And then you get that chip on your shoulder and you're just like, F it, I'm going to do me and I don't care. But for me, I can tell you for decades, it was false. Like I had that wall, and behind that wall, I was crying and broken. And I'm just trying to put all of the pieces together each day that I show up for me every day. Still a work in progress. I could tell you that much. So, you're staying in the bath tonight. I wish I had the energy means to go outside to festivities, but the bath is nice. See, the bath is nice until the toes get wrinkly. And then you're just like, ew. Yeah, and then I got to clean the tub, double ew, because the next morning to go and shower in that tub is going to be casualties, casualties, casualties. Thank you for the hugs. I really do appreciate it. Um, love your stream as always. Yes, yes, yes. So before I completely um Toonie, maybe we should talk. There is a possibility because the way my family tree has sprawled across the world, apparently, yeah, anything is possible. That could be scary. So before I completely wrap up, if you guys can stay with me for a few more minutes, let's just talk through some stuff. JCap, I'm going to read your comment in a second. Let me just do some housekeeping real quick and fast. First thing is Sunday, as of March 7th, as of March 7th, Sundays will now be on Thursdays at 6 p.m. So as much as I love you guys, I might do a pop-up here or there, but this conversation will be moving to Thursdays at 6 or 6-ish. And Wednesdays at 6 will stay. So I will be streaming on Wednesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m., give or take a couple minutes. But you can still always find me in these Twitch streets regardless. The podcast, those of you who are not already doing so, let me take this comment off of the screen while I'm talking right now. Try this again. Those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to check out the podcast. It's on YouTube, it's on Spotify, it's on Apple Podcasts, Soul Bites. It's a healthy snack with tap. It is just for whether you're on the go, on the couch, just a few words to stimulate, motivate, and inspire you. Thought, stimulate your soul. Let me go over to the book club. If you're not already doing so, yeah, I'm going to ignore your comments, sir. If you're not already doing so and you're interested, please hit me up and let me know if you would like to participate in the book club on Tap Shelf. The book that we are reading, see if I can get this going, is The Alchemist. We started this at the beginning of February. We're reading it for the entire month. Joe Hurdham, thank you for being here. We're reading it for the entire month. And in March, I'm going to figure out what date we're going to do a Zoom call. It will not be a live stream. It will be a Zoom call for those who have read the book, and we can come and chat and bond and do some other stuff like that. The next time you see me will most likely be on Wednesday. I will probably do a pop-up before Selected Jinx goes live. It is the Born from Music Raid Volume 10. It is back, and I am so excited. Selected Jinx, who was here earlier, DJ Ibe, DJ Twist, DJ Pano Vibe, DJ Foodie, and the alternate personality of DJ Smiles, who is currently in the chat as well. So if you're not already doing so, turn on your notifications and follow every single one of these DJs so you can have an absolute awesome time. The next one after that, the next day, get up bright and early at 7 o'clock so you can catch the Roots and Reggae Raid, which also will have a number of the folks that I just mentioned and many more. And it's a vibe and of reggae music for the entire day. anything else that is coming up, we can talk about that on Wednesday when I do the pop-up. But before let me see, let me take this off. Can I get all of these off the screen? There we go. We're back. So before I tap out here, I just want to say thank you once again for being here. And as you sit down and you look through your to-do list and you think about what your why is, take a moment for yourself, strip away everything that doesn't need to be a part of the conversation, have it with yourself or people you trust, and think about the reason. What is your why and how do you go about utilizing discipline and focus to do what you need to do? JCap, I absolutely appreciate that you were here. Thank you, Maya Youngster, for the kind words. And there was something else that you said earlier that yeah, DJ Smiles, I no longer can blame you if I'm late, unless you stream. So there's so much childhood stuff that sits with us. Yeah, yeah. It took me till late 30s to realize what I'm suffering. I'm still having it. I just turned 50 last year, and I got hit with some doozies that were just a little too close to home, and it literally broke me. And it's nice to know I had the people around me to help build me back up. But I'm trying to, when I do this, to share my vulnerability. So I may not know your story, you may not know my story in full detail, but at least we know that we're trying to help each other and sort each other out, right? Like however we can. And I always say healing is a forever journey. So Apple Blossom, if you could drop the raid message, I would love to get us over to Mish Mish 8 if she's still streaming. If she's not, we'll have to find somewhere else to go, but I'm hoping that she is still on. I'm trying to scroll to find her, and I don't know if she's still here. Yep, she is still there. Oops, close that. If you can start the raid message, that would be awesome. And once again, let me take this message off. We were live streaming on YouTube. We're live streaming on Twitch. Please be sure to check out if you missed it. Beijing in the Cold, you said you're going to miss it. You can catch the replay on YouTube at any point in time. They're always going to be there. I'm not planning to take them down. I'm sending you all once again love, blessings, peace, and all of that good stuff. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Tuesday, where am I? Tuesday is my daughter's birthday. I said that out loud, so I will not be on Twitch streets anywhere. But I'll be back Wednesday morning before Jinx goes live, even if it's just to say hi for 5 or 10 minutes. So Apple, if you can activate the raid if you have not already done so. I look forward to vibing out with all of you with Mish Mish. And if any of you need anything, hit me up. You know where to find me. Peace, love, and blessings, everyone.